Hi, this is Dr. David Boysen. Welcome to the AI Africa Stimulus Project. And I'm excited to share with you an intro, a background to this project. I work with the Vanuatu Trade Commission as the team lead for the implementation of Lumi on the continent of Africa. And also, I double up as the CEO of Knowledge Web Center. This company is a consulting partner to the Vanuatu Trade Commission on this project. And I'm going to give you a background of this project. And first of all, let me extend my warm greetings to you, and also on behalf of the Vanuatu Trade Commissioner to Ghana, Ambassador Professor Hugh Keku Ayi, and the chairman of the African Ecosis, and also the president of the African Diaspora Central Bank, in the person of His Royal Majesty Chief Timothy McPherson, also known as King Samako the First and the Sixth. So a warm welcome to all of you. And the AI Africa Stimulus Project is a project which was initiated by the Vanuatu Trade Commission in partnership with African Diaspora Central Bank to train 5 million youths and adults on AI, the exploits of AI. This idea was conceived and it was implemented. Now, nearly $800 million have been sunk into this project. And it's exciting that this project was launched on the 30th of April, and Ghana has an allocation of 300,000 participants who will be trained across various sectors of the economy. So we'll be doing the judiciary, we'll be doing police, we'll be doing the army, private organizations, and the like. Universities are all part of this training. And I just want you also to know that this training falls within Ecosis developmental project that falls under technology, stimulus. And under technology and innovation, the Ecosis encourages collaboration in technology and innovation. And this includes supporting startups, research projects, and technology advancement that can drive economic growth and development in Africa and among diaspora communities. And this is exactly what is being done now. And I'm privileged to be on this project, and we're excited that you are joining us. And again, we say a warm welcome to this, whole project. Now, the Ecosis is the 6th region of Africa. And what it really means is that there are 5 regions of Africa, economic communities. And the 6th economic community is the Ecosis, which is an economic bloc designated for the African diaspora. Now, the idea behind Ecosis is to create a unified economic and political entity that represents the African diaspora, providing a platform for people of African descent who live outside the continent to engage and contribute to Africa's development. Now, the objectives of Ecosis are as follows. It is basically to strengthen the connection between Africa and its diaspora by fostering economic, culture, and political ties. The overall and overarching goal is to leverage the resources, skills, and influence of the African diaspora to support the development of the continent. And membership of this economic region, economic bloc, includes individuals and organizations from the African diaspora, and this encompasses people of African descent living in various parts of the world, particularly in the Americas, Europe, the Caribbean, and other regions with significant African communities. Now, they are engaged in economic integration, cultural exchange, political advocacy, educational education and skill development, technology and innovation, of course, which falls under this project, and sustainable development. Now, so this presentation is entitled, "We Have Come to Fix Our Father's Home, a Call from Ecosis." This was an instructive statement by the chairman of Ecosis and the president of the African Diaspora Central Bank. He doubles up also as the deputy governor of the African Central Bank. And much respect to the chairman of Ecosis. He made this instructive statement that the desire of the Ecosis community is to fix Africa and make sure that Africa is economically independent and also as well as politically independent. Their main idea of this Ecosis is to ensure that Africa's resources are leveraged on, and these resources are utilized to the benefit of the entire continent of Africa. So this is the state of Ghana. This was designed by the AI. I mean, like Ghana, like other African countries, are faced with some challenges. I mean, prior to the COVID pandemic, I mean, things appeared good, but moving forward, there were challenges, and these challenges are not challenges of today, even though we have our own challenges today, and governments across the African continent have had several challenges where we are unable to be able to, I mean, handle issues as it were in terms of our debt sustainability and the structure of our economy. So the truth is that we want a new Ghana. And one of the ways to be able to get to this stage is to ensure that we empower the individual. And technology has been one of the tools that we can use to transform our economy. And the Ecosis thought it wise to introduce this project, which was spearheaded by Vanuatu Trade Commission in partnership with them, to make sure that 300,000 Ghanaians are trained. And once they are trained in the AI economy that has contributes to the global, the global economy in terms of its value from now to 2030 in the region of $15.7 trillion, we as Africans and by extension Ghana also have our share of this cake. So as I said, the African Diaspora Central Bank is, an offshoot of Ecosis. It's the central bank of the Ecosis, and the Ecosis is the sixth region of Africa. And within African Union, there are 6 regions: North African, West African, Central Africa, East, and then on. There are 5, and the 6th one is the Ecosis, which are enumerated. So as I said, it's also an economic community, just like ECOWAS. And we call it Economic Community of the 6th region. And as I indicated earlier, it includes countries, kingdoms, territories and realms, government, etc. And what is interesting about this Ecosis is that all the other communities are part of what economic community, are also part of what the Ecosis. And to tell you the truth, in somewhere 1963, when the AOU, the Organization of African Union, decided to engage those in diaspora to come back home to help us develop Africa. It was an idea that was conceived. So this idea was being nurtured until somewhere 2003, when, discussions about this ecosystem became more prominent, and when this idea was accepted. And fast forward, in 1st August 2019, in Abuja, this whole Ecosis idea was ratified in what we call the Abuja Accord. And it was the same time that the Africa Continental Free Trade was birthed. And that was going to be an arm that was going to support in the trade facilitation. So this is the House of Kings of the Ecosis. As I said, kingdoms are parts, territories, countries, nations. And you see Chief Samako, His Royal Majesty, on your far left. And then his assistant, His Royal Majesty, which is the person of Timothy. And then the King of Swaziland, Eswatini, in the middle. So this is what I have tried to illustrate. So you see the 5 regions of Africa. The 6th region is the diaspora, which you see here, and that is it. So the Ecosis had a partnership with the Vanuatu Trade Commission. And Vanuatu Trade Commission, the Vanuatu Trade Commissioner to Ghana is in the person of His Excellency Ambassador Professor Hiukeku Aye. And you may ask the question, what is Vanuatu? We have not heard of this before. So Vanuatu is actually an island nation located in the South Pacific Ocean. And it is situated about 1,750 kilometers east of Australia and 500 kilometers northeast of New Caledonia and west of Fiji and southeast of the Solomon Islands near the New Guinea. Now, Vanuatu is an arc. Population of this country is about 300,000 people, and the largest city and the capital is Port Vila, located on the island of Ifet. Now, their languages are Bislama, but they also speak English and French, and over 100 local languages are also spoken by this community, making Vanuatu one of the most linguistically diverse countries in the world. And to let you know, Vanuatu was adjudged for the 3rd time, for 3 times as the happiest place on earth. And this year, they also won the same thing for the 4th time as the happiest place on earth. And they have a rich culture, heritage, with a blend of a number of European, Asian influence, and they have traditional music, dance, and ceremonies play a very important role in their society. The country is known for its festivals, including the annual Vanuatu Independence Day, among others. And they have a very nice environment. Vanuatu is known for its diverse ecosystem, including rainforests, coral reefs, and volcanic landscape. The country is vulnerable to natural disasters such as those earthquakes and all that, but they are doing extremely, well. And Ambassador Professor Hiukeku Ayi is the first trade commissioner from Ghana to Vanuatu, as well as the first African to address the Vanuatu parliament. And I congratulate him for that. So these are some pictures that on the journey to the Ecosis, some of the things, some of the milestones, and some of the things that they have achieved. This former Nigeria president, we all know Chief Obasanjo. And then this is a peace treaty signed by the Vanuatu Trade Commission and also His Excellency President of Hawaii on that to foster collaboration between Ecosis and the nation of Hawaii. Now, the Ecosis has its currency, which is the Lumi currency. The Lumi stands for sun, and Africa has over 365 year-round, sun. And it is issued by the Bank of Akumpong. The Bank of Akumpong is located in Jamaica in the Maroons, and the Maroons are the first to have defeated the British in war. And they signed a treaty, the British signed a treaty with them not to colonize them anymore. It was believed that they were able to defeat this British because of one Queen Nani, who was a woman hailed from the Ashanti region of Ghana, who had some spiritual powers that led them to defeat. But on the other side, from the British, they thought that these guys were into plantation and they were using guerrilla tactics. So this currency has been adapted from the Maroons and it has been digitized. Now the currency serves as the tool of communication. And we say that because we can know ourselves as Africans when we use our own currency as a means of communication. And you need buyers and sellers for the currency. There should be some sort of economic relationship. There should be economic communication. It is believed that a study was done somewhere in the US, and it was noticed that anytime money gets into the community of the Chinese, it stays there for about 28 days before it leaves their territory. In other words, they're able to trade amongst themselves. And that is what the Ecosis want to, as it were, want to achieve. But when it was, the same research was done within the African community, its money stayed within the community for only 3 hours. In other words, we are not trading among ourselves. So what the Ecosis want to address is to make sure that we trade among ourselves. We have African continental free trade, which is available, that should be able to help us to trade among ourselves. And we have our own currency, which is not a fiat currency. There are different types of currency. The fiat currency is not backed by any assets, but this is a premium currency, and it's also a digital currency, a premium currency, because the Lumi is backed by, and as I said, is backed by, one Lumi is equivalent to 100 kilowatts of solar energy, and 100 kilowatts of solar energy is equated to 4 grains of gold, which is about 0.2592 grams. And 1 kilowatt is equal to 0.000259 grams. And 4 grains of gold is equated to $15.96. Now, if you check on the market online, 4 grains of gold should be in the region of 18. But the African Diaspora Central Bank maintains a monetary policy, and the primary value of the Lumi, one Lumi, is pegged at $15.96. I mean, that is when it's equated to 4 grains of gold. That is where it is pegged. Now, the Lumi is not interested in to replace the energy trading. Rather, it uses energy to establish its value as a premium currency in the global market. There are other countries that are using also fiat currency. When we say fiat, you don't have any asset backing. I mean, it is just paper that is printed. So an example of a fiat currency is the dollar. Our CD is a fiat currency. Now, countries within the period are trying as much as possible as they can to, as it were, move from a fiat currency to a premium currency. So let's move to the next. Now, what is the essence of creating the currency by the African Diaspora Central Bank, an offshoot of Ecosis? The idea of using our own currency as part of the requirement of the region, that we have a regional currency. So the ADCB uses this regional currency to engage in a number of projects in foreign diaspora direct investment into countries, and the ADCB will facilitate the creation of integrated capital market between continent and the diaspora. There are over 1.5 to 2 billion people in the diaspora. Just imagine if a market is created between the diaspora and Africans, what is going to happen? These diaspora who are scattered across the globe. And using the Lumi as a stable currency for driving trade and investment between Africa and the diaspora, as I indicated. And that will overcome the long-standing impediment to trade that we have experienced over the period as the presence of multiplicity of currencies. And the Lumi will be also able to interface with and then convert various currencies of the CIS region and continental Africa in a seamless trade transaction. Project that is supported by Ecosis includes, roads, rail, ports, hospitals, housing, agriculture, food and natural resource, finance, investment, renewable energy, innovation and communication, information technology, of course, through which we're doing the AI Africa, employment creation, and also to make sure that we bring a lot of the Africans who are outside the financial inclusion, bracket, we bring them to that ecosystem. And that is very, very important. And let me state that the Ecosis with the Vanuatu Trade Commission, they also advance loans to businesses, startups, are getting $10,000 equivalent in Lumi. And these loans will be given to them for a period of 3 years without any interest, without any collateral. But the prerequisite is to engage in business that will create employment and that you get almost 90% of supplies from an African or a diasporan. And that is just the requirement. For those who are into SMEs, from 10,000 to figures about 10,000 to $63,000 equivalent in Lumi. And those large corporations have from $63,000 and equivalent in Lumi above up to $1 million and above, dollars. And the Vanuatu Trade Commission has opened up, will be opening up the system somewhere in July for this to happen. And let me also state here that there are funding for grants. There are funding for grants, so universities can apply for these fundings, these funds, which will be made available in projects that are able to transform the lives of people, projects that create employment, projects that reduces, the burden, the financial burden on people, poverty alleviation, and all that. That is what the community is interested in. Now, projects that concerns theoretical something or just writing papers and publication would not be entertained here. We want impact projects. So if you want to apply for grants, you should be able to justify beyond all reasonable doubt that at the end of your project, lives will be transformed, knowledge will be shared, a project or a product will be created. And that is what the Vanuatu Trade Commission is into. So the contract for Ghana was signed, and this is my good self on the left, and Ambassador Professor Keku Ayi, Hugh Keku Ayi, and this contract was signed for the 300,000 Ghanaians to be trained. And that is what we have started. That was launched on the 30th of April with that colorful, launch that happened at the British Council in Accra. So I want us to now delve into the AI. I know a couple of us have our own misconception about the AI, whether the AI is good for us. Some people think that the AI is going to take our job and all that. But the AI, just as any technology, has its ugly side, it has its bad side, and it has its good side. Now, for the ugly and the bad side, the AI has been involved in so many things, which has been the order of the day in the advent of internet, technology. Just that the scale at which these things are happening are faster and much easier. I have said that embracing AI is not just about technology. It's about securing our future. And in this emerging AI economy, degrees alone won't sustain us, and it's our willingness to adapt, learn, and align with AI that will define our success. Remember, the real disruption isn't AI itself, but the risks of being left behind in its wake. So AI has come to stay, and we need to be part of this ecosystem. I just want you to listen to this short video. I'm just going to click some part of it, what Elon Musk said.
Mark my words, AI is far more dangerous.
He says, mark my words, AI is far more dangerous. Again.
Mark my words, AI is far more dangerous.
So, yes, a lot of people have been using the AI for bad things. It's been used for deepfakes and voice spoofing. And we've known that AI programs like Valley-E and DALL-E can clone voice patterns and create deepfake media, we know. But this has been there, but the AI has enhanced it, all right? So for example, in 2019, scammers used an AI-generated voice of the CEO of a CEO to fraudulently direct transfer of EUR, about 230,000, euros. And this happened. And then there is also email phishing, and people use the system to phish emails with frosted using AI to construct elaborate social engineering was scam. That has been around for some time. AI has enhanced it. There's synthetic identity, which is also an issue where people impersonate, others and try to engage in fraudulent activity. There are document forgery that has also been there, not today, but the AI is able to produce a replica of a document in a manner that it will be very difficult to even detect the original from the fraudulent one. So these have been around for some times. Insurance industry have talked about the fact that AI has been biased in HR technologies, automation and job displacement has been something that people talk about. But I have maintained that the AI is not a human being that is going to take your job. But guess what? There's a new economy that is being created called the AI economy. And this AI economy has within it all the activities of the value chain, where it starts and where it ends. It is the traditional economy powered by AI. And this economy is providing some millions of jobs, by 2025, from now to 2025. So the question is, people are just being displayed because companies are now introducing AI to their system and you will not have anything to do. But new jobs are created that are more than those who are being displayed. So the AI actually is creating new jobs than what? Taking away jobs from people. And I think this has to be clear and has to be stated clearly for everyone to understand. So let's look at the good part of the AI. Now, just to give you a background, even though I'm going to play this video. Now, with the advent of AI, there are exciting news that we have had in the area of health, specifically in genomics. And it has now been discovered that we have a backup copy of every youth cell in us. And research is on just to see how this will materialize. And they are testing this thing in rodents and primates. And if everything goes well, they are going to treat the first age reversal and also cure an incurable disease. And that is going to be blindness. So this is how far we've come with AI, because it has never happened in the history of humanity that now we are able to read the cell structures to its atomic details. And out of these discoveries has come. And I want you to listen to this video and then just update yourself in what is happening in the area of health.
I am turning 54 soon. And like most of us, if we just look at today's medicine, someone my age has much fewer days ahead than behind them. And these days ahead do not look very bright for someone in their 50s, and certainly for someone in their 60s, 70s, and 80s. And the longer I live and the more research that I see and the results that are coming out from not just my group of 20 scientists at Harvard, but around the world, including here in the UAE, tells us that this change in medicine is coming. It's really no longer an if, it's really a question of when. We were visiting G42 and the Emirati Genome Project folks today and yesterday. And what I know is that through the development of genomic technology, which the UAE is very advanced in, I would say probably the leading country in the world in genetics, but also advancements in artificial intelligence and the ability to read the structures of the cell in atomic detail, that these combined technologies will advance medicine so fast that none of us in this room can imagine what life will be like in the near future. I'm also here to tell you that there's been a really remarkable discovery made by one of my students, actually, Wencheng Lu. He's now 30 years old, and when he was about 27, he made what I think is one of the most remarkable discoveries of a lifetime. What he discovered, as I'll tell you today, is that there is a backup copy of youth in every cell in our bodies. What does this mean for us? It means that if you see somebody who's old and frail and sick, you should not think of them as old. You should look at them as though they have a corrupted software that needs to be reinstalled. And in my lab, we are learning now how to do that. In rodents, in mice, we do this. We are now learning to do this in non-human primates, monkeys. And the next step, in the next 2 years, if all goes well, we will treat our first patient for age reversal and cure an incurable disease. In this case, it will be blindness. These are things that we didn't even imagine could be possible just 5 years ago.
So you can just imagine that things that we could not even think of in 5 years ago, with the advent of AI, it is possible now. I just want you also to see how AI, over the past decade, has been used in China, one of the largest ports, and how it has actually transformed the port in terms of, container throughput, in terms of efficiency, which has placed the port as one of the best ports in the world for some time now. Enjoy this video.
This is the world's largest automated container terminal, also hailed as the pioneer of intelligent unmanned ports worldwide. A colossal feat engineered by China, with a staggering investment of $70 billion. Brace yourselves for the mind-boggling spectacle of the Shanghai Yangshan Deepwater Port, aptly nicknamed the Devil's Dock. Behold, it boasts not just 30 berths accommodating behemoth cargo ships, but also an annual throughput surpassing a staggering 47.3 million standard containers, outshining the combined throughput of all ports in the United States. But that's not all. The entire port operates on the cutting-edge prowess of 5G technology, enabling feats like unmanned navigation, path optimization, and automated obstacle avoidance. Every autonomous guiding vehicle prowling the port is equipped with high-capacity lithium batteries, ensuring a relentless 8-hour operation on a single charge. But here's the kicker. These intelligent beasts come with self-diagnostic capabilities and real-time battery monitoring, ensuring that cargo remains on the move without any hiccups or unforeseen bottlenecks. It's a mesmerizing sight, a meticulously choreographed performance where not a soul is in sight. The whole operation appears to be under the spell of enchantment, an intricate symphony of containers being loaded, unloaded, and seamlessly transferred, all orchestrated by fully automated, intelligent machinery. It's like a marvel straight out of a futuristic blockbuster. From dusk till dawn, 365 days a year, the port operates with unwavering efficiency, resembling a relentless magical force at play. And the cherry on top? This powerhouse's operational prowess has secured its position as the world's top performer for a solid decade. It's undeniable that China's prowess in intelligent technology has emerged as the vanguard force propelling global industrial development. Get ready to be amazed and give a standing ovation to the incredible technological prowess of China.
Wow. So this is what AI is doing in other jurisdictions. And Ladies and gentlemen, I want to draw your attention to this. Now, if AI is contributing 15.7 trillion to the global economy by 2030, I ask a simple question. What is your stake in this? What is in for us? What is in for you? What is in for the African continent? The reason why this training that we are doing is very, very important and significant, that it gives us the opportunity to become leaders, not just players, within the global economy, that we will lead. To tell you the truth, no country has any, advantage over the other. We are all starting the same, and we don't know what this AI is going to churn out in the future. And we are all, vulnerable. In other words, we are all, each country is looking at how it can build its own intelligence and take advantage of this emerging technology to develop its economies. And that is what we have done. And that's why this investment is very, very significant. To 25 million people in Africa is just amazing. Now, countries outside Africa are reaching out to us for such training. We just completed a training with Accra Technical University, which happens to be one of the top universities, technical universities in the country, with a population of about 24,000 students. We trained 2,000 students, and lecturers, and it was just amazing. Now these guys have been empowered. They're even asking for more. So you can imagine in the next couple of, weeks or months, what is going to happen in the university, because now students know how to use AI ethically, lecturers know how to use AI ethically, administrators know how to use AI ethically, and lecturers are leveraging on the power of the AI to write grants, to do, to write papers, high quality papers, and students are using AI to assist them to do their project work and come up with innovative projects. And this is the age for us. This is the promise of the globalized world. And we all need to take advantage of that. So the question is, what is in there for you? We don't just have to watch, sit and watch, but we have to be also players and also users or leaders of the AI. South Korea has done some significant investment into AI in the region of 7 million into AI. Singapore has given stimulus packages to their, workers who are above the age of 40. Every citizen above the age of 40, they believe that they were born before computers. And in order to bridge that gap, to make sure these guys are not outclouded, they decided to give this stimulus package in a region of $740 million. The question is, what are we doing as Africans? And that is where what we are doing today is very, very important. China, as you saw, is thinking of investing from now in the next 20 years, doing about $150 billion, but from now to 2027, they are doing 38.1 billion. And that is amazing. You understand? This is something that is driven by the country. And companies like Microsoft, they are also investing. Elon Musk is also doing some, fresh capital of 1 billion investing in AI. A lot of things happening on the global scene. And it's important that we also, put our best foot in there to make sure that we lead. Now, this gentleman, said something that was just very instructive, and it was just very revealing. And I think that we should listen. Enjoy this video.
AI is learning how to drive cars, how to fly planes, how to diagnose diseases. And this is just going on and on, sector after sector. AI is beginning to achieve superhuman performance. What does it mean for Africa? AI will touch every industry, from finance to farming. We are on the start of the fourth industrial revolution. The starting gun has been fired, and I'll be very, very honest with you. Right now, Africa has not even lined up on the start line. We are sitting in the Lagos Yacht Club, drinking crude oil from champagne glasses, patting ourselves on the back, at how clever we are. Meanwhile, South Korea has committed nearly $1 billion to its AI industry. China has said it is going to create an AI industry of $150 billion over the next 20 years. Where is the Pan-African billion-dollar investment in AI?
So the Pan-African $1 billion in AI is what the Vanuatu Trade Commission, in collaboration with the African Diaspora Central Bank, has brought to Africa. And that is what you are experiencing now. What this guy said is very instructive, but what is even commendable about it is that whilst he's saying that we have not even thought of it, the Ecosis and the Vanuatu Trade Commission has already taken that, a move, and now have even launched this project. And to tell you the truth, countries like Uganda are on the standby, Nigeria is on standby, Liberia is on standby, a number of countries, Kenya, South Africa, even countries outside, the African continent are asking for training. We'll be training Vanuatu, we'll be training Eswatini, and the number of countries who are coming on board. Every region is taking $1 million. And to invest almost $800 million, which is just short of $200 million, is to tell you that these idea of taking over the continent and making sure that the youths of Africa are able to define the future of the continent is just with us. It's just with us. And I'm excited about it. And I also want you to listen to Professor Kaku. He says something about the AI industry, how the AI industry is bigger. It's becoming bigger than the automobile industry. And I just want you to enjoy this as well.
So let's start with Professor Kaku. Professor Kaku, you've been a leading forecaster of technology for most of your career. What do you think about the digital revolution that we've seen so far? Where is it going, and how might it interact with other forms of technological revolution in science, such as biotechnology?
Well, in the coming years, computer chips will cost as little as a penny. That's cheaper than garbage, cheaper than scrap paper. So computer chips will be everywhere and nowhere, including our contact lenses. So when we put on our contact lenses and blink, we will go online. And who were the first people to buy internet contact lenses? College students taking final examinations. This means that my students will blink, and they will not have to memorize all the things I've been talking about. This is going to revolutionize education, because we cannot force students to memorize things that they can simply blink and get. And then if you feel sick, you will blink and see RoboDoc. RoboDoc is artificially intelligent, talks to you in plain English or Russian or whatever, speaks any language, accesses the entire internet for sound medical advice, almost for free. This is going to revolutionize the medical establishment. We'll still have doctors, but doctors will use RoboDoc as an aid. And if you're in a car accident in a foreign country, you don't speak the language, you'll talk to your wristwatch and talk to RoboLawyer. RoboLawyer understands the law in any country, in any language. In fact, I personally believe that artificial intelligence, the robotics industry, will eventually become bigger than the automobile industry of today.
The artificial intelligence industry will be bigger than the automobile industry of today. I believe you have heard this, and that is why you have to take this training very, very serious. This is going to be a game changer for you. This is going to change everything, because AI is disrupting every industry. Every industry is getting its share, and it's creating a new economy, an economy of prosperity, an economy that is easier today to make $1 million, just because you have a tool that is in your hand. Let me tell you this. Now, artificial intelligence has been with us for quite a long time. It is not today. It predates like 50 years back. The US military has been using artificial intelligence, not today. all these missiles and this aircraft that they've been, creating, jet fighters and all that, they all had some intelligence in it. Today, drones are sent with some weapons to destroy areas and all that. These are all artificial intelligence enabled. Remember those days of James Bond 007, when he was able to use his wristwatch to, regulate a vehicle. That in the film you have a vehicle that gets into the water and then turns into a submarine. All these devices had intelligence in it. Driverless vehicle came. James Bond was using driverless vehicles, for his films. And these vehicles had artificial intelligence in it, as well as today. Even our microwaves, little devices that we have at home are all having intelligence in it. The reason why most of us are scared is that in the life of mankind, this is the first time that such a technology has been handed to the customer. And that is why everybody is scared. But we have lived with artificial intelligence for a very long time. Our vehicles that we use today, the control board has a level of intelligence in it. You have a vehicle with a modernized one that when it's going reverse, you see that when it sees an object, it has to stop. There are vehicles that when you get to a place where the road is not good, it suspends. These are all artificial intelligence devices that has been integrated into these vehicles. And I just want us to, understand this. So the question is, what is artificial intelligence? So it is simulating human intelligence into machines that are programmed to act and think and behave like human beings. Simulating human intelligence into machines. But I just want you to be aware that the artificial intelligence is becoming a companion rather than something that is going to take our jobs from us. The person who will take your job is the one who has the knowledge in AI, not the AI itself, because the AI itself is not a human being. It could perform some tasks when you instruct it, but it will act as a companion. And it's important that we know that. And three, levels of the use of the AI or types of AI. We have the narrow AI, which is the weak AI, which is the ones that we are using now. We call it the generative AI. And it's specialized in one area and can only perform specific tasks. What is dangerous that is coming is the general AI, which is the strong AI. And that is capable of performing any intellectual task that a human can. And that will be launched very soon. It has been somewhat launched in a way, but it's coming, okay? And then we'll get to the super intelligence one that exceeds human intelligence in all areas. And that the purpose, hypothetically, will surpass human ability in creativity, problem solving, and all that. But remember that these things are all programmed by human beings. And we have the type of AI, machine learning, natural learning processing, robotics, computer vision, speech recognition, expert system, recommendation system, autonomous vehicles, generative design, and quite a number of them, which I don't want to bore you down on. Now, in this training, we opted for prompt engineering, and prompt engineering has been highlighted for one particular reason. Yes, we do prompt engineering, deep learning, and machine learning. But more significantly, we are focusing on prompt engineering because that is actually the future. Why am I saying so? Yes, deep learning, the model could be trained to do the same thing. Machine learning, the AI can do itself. What it cannot do is to prompt itself. So that's why we are focusing on that. And the professionals are going to have this tool in their hands. And I can tell you, when we finish training the 300,000 Ghanaians in AI, there's going to be an explosion in the economy in the positive manner that now people are going to be more efficient in doing their work. It's going to reduce the cost of doing things, and the economy is going to boom because 300,000 people multiplied by 3, that will give us 900,000, right? Another 3, then we are going. This is very, very important. It's extremely important that you have taken this initiative to join this. I believe that not all people, all of us will have the opportunity, but once you are here, that's very important. So what is prompt engineering? Now, prompt engineering is designing and refining prompt effectively. Prompts are just instructions, right? They are instructions that communicate with the AI and guide the model to perform certain tasks. So, for example, the ChatGPT, it guides it to generate desired outcomes. And it involves crafting specific, clear, and contextually appropriate prompts to ensure that the AI produces accurate, relevant, and useful responses. So here are some of the things that you have to look for when you are designing prompts. And your instructors are going to take you through extensively. You have to look at clarity, specificity, contextualization, constraint, iteration, refinement, testing, and validation. So these are things that we're going to delve into, extensively, and your instructors are going to guide you through that. Now, the basic skill required is prompt engineering. That's what I said, for every professional. And currently, prompt engineers are paid within between $6,500 to $8,500 in the US. It's amazing. That's good money, right? And that's how they are paid. And that's just amazing. So we need to jump into the game now. We need to rekindle ourselves. We need to revive ourselves. We need to take this thing serious. We have told you that get your laptop and get a very powerful internet. Get to a place where the internet is strong so you don't have disruptions. And then give us your 200% attention. You will not regret this. You will not regret this. And just to whet your appetite, there are a number of things we've done with the AI. But when we were going to launch this, the whole thing, we decided to create our own song. We developed our own lyrics, and we went on Suno, which is also an AI platform, to create our song. And it amazes you to know that this song I'm going to play was created by the AI. Enjoy.
Lumi, the beats of prosperity. In the heart of Africa, beneath the golden sun, lies a dream of unity where all our spirits run. Through the fields and cities, across the diverse lands, Ecosis' vision unfolds, joining distant hands. From the diaspora's embrace to the continent's grace, a currency arises, setting a new pace. Lumi, oh Lumi, with energy so bright, a beacon for our future, shining never so light. Lumi, our pride across the Ecosis lands, uniting our voices in prosperity we stand. With the beat of the drum and the rhythm of the heart, Lumi leads the way in our journey we embark. From the Berlin state to the...
Wow, what a world. What a world. So the music industry is also going to be disrupted. The movie industry is also going to be disrupted. And every industry is going to be affected. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the AI industry, and welcome to the African Diaspora Central Bank and the Ecosis, and also the Vanuatu Trade Commission project, which is AI Africa. Thank you for your time and enjoy the rest of the presentation. God bless you.